This book is short. My hope is that you will read this fast, and then immediately apply the techniques presented to make the emotional changes you want. All of us go through heartbreak and pain. It is part of being human. The system shown in this book is simple but effective. This can be used for any type of emotional pain and not just breakups. I have used it to successfully deal with anxiety, sadness, and failures. I developed this system through a combination of life experiences, both my own and observing people around me, and by researching different aspects of human psychology, which has been a passion of mine for almost 2 decades. All of us have received advice from friends, internet articles, and social media about breakups. There are other girls out there. Forget about him. She is not meant for you. But if you think back, how much of it has been actually effective? Have you been able to use it to immediately feel better and reduce the pain? The answer, from my experience, would probably be no. With this system, you can get better results. Hope this helps you have a great life. Actually, yes. All emotions, no matter how complicated they may seem, are ultimately just patterns of electrical activity in the brain. One of the most important decisions you can make in life is to take control of how you feel. Your emotions should not be controlled by your environment, or friends, or parents, or coworkers. You have a choice in how you react to what is happening around you. Aren't there people you know who have a lot of problems but are always smiling? And aren't there others who seem to have everything in life but are always angry? My simple system uses the science of neuro-linguistic programming to immediately make a difference in how you feel. NLP has been used extensively around the world in the area of personality development. Maybe you have heard about it. Let me give an example. Suppose I close my eyes and think back to my school days, specifically the principal's office, how it looked, the smells, the sounds. I instantly feel a little nervous. Now, it's been years since I was anywhere near that office. So why do I still feel nervous? I am sure you also have such associations. Maybe there is a boss or class teacher you can think of, and it triggers you to feel uneasy. What has happened is that our brains have made a pattern. So for me, principal's office equals fear. Now time may have reduced that feeling, but it's still there. There are countless such stimuli our brains have made connections with. Some are positive like happiness and excitement, others are negative like fear and sadness. A breakup is also just such a stimuli that is creating an emotional reaction in you. Now there is massive pain associated with the relationship person. So how can we change this mental connection? Here's the formula. As you go through this system, it is essential that you are writing down the metrics that inform you of your progress. It's not good enough to do this in your mind. Writing helps you to logically analyze the situation. So the first step is to have a notebook ready that you will be referring to in the coming days. Now, in case you are concerned about family members seeing your notebook, a doc file on your phone will work as well. The first thing to write. This might seem strange, but give a number to your pain. On a scale from 0 to 100, how bad do you feel now? 100 being completely devastated, and 0 being perfectly fine. Be honest. Have you written it down? If so, let's proceed to the next step. Okay, now there are some questions you have to ask yourself. These questions will help change your mental framework towards what has happened. Question 1: What did I learn from this? I know your immediate answer. What? Absolutely nothing. Every experience teaches us lessons. Think deeper. Find at least 3 things you learned from the breakup. Write it down, don't just think about it. Life is about growth. Unless you are willing to learn from failures and bad situations, you will continue to make the same mistakes again and again. Question 2: What is good about this? Yes, that's right. Every situation, no matter how horrible, has a silver lining. There is something good even about this painful situation you are in. Find at least 3 good things about it. Will this make you more mature? Will you be a better boyfriend/girlfriend in the future? Question 3. How am I going to improve? Pain is the greatest tool for self-improvement. Use the pain of this breakup to drive yourself forward. It could be career-wise or something in your personal life. Will you now go to the gym regularly to look more attractive? Are you going to pursue your art with renewed passion? Come up with 3 things that are going to be different about you in the future. You can't move on if you are going to look at her pictures all day, or stalk her on Facebook, or desperately keep checking if she has put a sad photo as her WhatsApp status. For now, you have to remove such trigger points. So probably delete her number. Maybe block her on Insta and FB. Someday you can be friends again. But not today. Ideally, move all your together pictures from your phone gallery and back it up on a cloud or computer so you are not constantly looking at it. Once you have done these 3 preparation steps, we can get to breaking the mental pattern. Duration 1 minute. You must have studied about Pavlov's experiment in school. In it, every time he gave food to a salivating dog, he rang a bell. He did this over and over again, till when he rang the bell without food, the dog salivated. So he was able to connect. The ringing of the bell equals salivating in the brain of the dog. Similarly, right now in your brain, there is a connection that has been made. Your X equals pain. This is conditioned in you. And we have to break this pattern. So here's what you will do. Think of your X. Feel the pain gush into you. Then pinch yourself lightly, on your forearm for example. Take your focus to this new pain in your arm from the pinch. The localized physical pain in your forearm has lightly interrupted the brain signal. Like an eraser, it is scratched across the mark in your brain. So what the process is. Think of the person, any memory associated with him or her, feel the emotional pain, pinch, focus of physical pain. Do this 10 times. As you do it again and again, you will notice that it seems a little bit harder to feel the emotional pain with every repetition. You might have to work a little at feeling the breakup pain. As strange as this may seem, you are slowly but surely erasing the old pattern in your brain. Does it have to be only pinches? Not at all. But slight physical pain can immediately change your focus onto the area of physical pain, so I like to use this. But you can come with any technique to jolt you out of the emotional pain you feel. After the 10 pinches, jump to the next step. Duration 1 minute. Immediately after the pinching technique, stand up in a powerful pose. How we use our body has a huge impact on our minds. You can't stay long in a happy physical pose without the mind starting to get affected. So as ridiculous as this might seem, get into a Superman pose. Put a super big grin on your face. Breathe deeply in and out. Hands up in celebration or on the waist. Feet spread apart and chest out. Stay in this pose for 1 minute. Duration 1 minute. Get a picture that represents your perfect future love life. Download it online, and you can either make it your phone computer background image or open it from your phone gallery. Maybe it's a picture like these ones. We are putting a new pattern in your head. Take a minute to just stare at the picture and feel how it is going to be to have that life. A life full of love and excitement with a new, perfect partner. Now that you have run the pattern once, note down your level of pain 1 to 100. Has it come down a little? Also, note down any thoughts or insights you have got as you did this pattern. Ideally, you should run this pattern several times a day. Keep track of the number of times you are doing this in your notebook. The worse the breakup pain was, the more the repetitions you have to do to overcome this. I would suggest running 8 to 10 such patterns in a day. Within 2 or 3 days, you should see a massive drop in the pain level. You are learning to take control of your emotions with this method. Be creative. See where else you can use this technique in your life. Maybe it's getting rid of bad habits or using it in high-stress times. I remember an incident that happened a few years ago. I was at a script lab and had to do a big presentation for investors in the conference room of a 5-star hotel. I was in a state of panic. I had never really done any kind of public speaking. As I was waiting to go up on stage, my palms were sweaty, lips dry, and to my horror, I suddenly realized that I was blanking out on my presentation because of the fear. I started thinking, what if I completely forgot what to say in front of so many people? That's when I first tried the pinching technique. I knew I had to break this fear pattern I was running. So for a few minutes before having to go up on stage, one started pinching myself. My focus changed to the pain in my arm, and I started forgetting that moments ago I was in a state of panic. I gave a good presentation. I was still nervous, but my fear went down from a 95 to a 15 on the 0 to 100 scale. So I know this method works as I have tried it out in my life. Use it. Be creative with it. Thanks for reading. I hope this book helps in some way. Best of luck for the future. If you enjoyed the book, you can follow me for more great content at https://www.instagram.com/jacobooks. https://www.facebook.com/jacobooks.